Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Tune In Tuesday. This week I'm going to be talking about something that until very recently I actually knew very little about: palm oil. Over this bank holiday weekend, every night we've been doing a beach clean on a beach along the North Cornwall coastline. And as well as this being absolutely stunning with gorgeous sunsets and lots of volunteers turning up, it's been brought to my attention that our beaches are currently covered in tiny pieces of palm oil that have been washing in from the ocean. And lots of people have been asking me questions about this, where it's come from, how it gets into the ocean, and I haven't had the answers. So I've been doing some digging and I'm going to try and answer some of these questions in today's video. But first I'm going to go down to Rocky Beach at Trevone Bay on a hunt for palm oil and to see how much we can find. So in just the last few hours, I've nearly filled this tray with hundreds, perhaps even thousands of tiny pieces of palm oil. So that's a huge quantity, and just from one beach here in Trevone Bay. And you're probably now wondering, well, how on earth is this getting into the ocean? I didn't know at first, so as I said at the start, I've been doing some digging, and it turns out, surprisingly, that it's actually legal for cargo ships to dump palm oil into the ocean as long as they're 12 miles offshore. Now, this is a huge problem, I think, and really needs to be addressed, because some of these spillages into the ocean are absolutely huge. In the years between 2016 and 2018, there were two huge spillages of palm oil recorded into the ocean in the North Sea, both of which averaging about 44 miles long, an oil slick 44 miles long. When palm oil gets spilt into the ocean in that quantity, it acts similarly to an oil spill of a fossil fuel, in that it completely lags and slicks the ocean, depleting it of oxygen and also coating marine life. So a huge problem. It also can get coated in bacteria, and because it's an oil, it can attract the diesel oils from the ships that it gets spilt from, and then it washes up on our beaches. If it's then ingested by dogs, it can have severe consequences, and there have even been deaths recorded of dogs eating palm oil. It can also cause major disruptions in liver damage and kidney damage, and cause laxative effects and making dogs severely sick. So now you're probably thinking, surely this is at the top of many politicians' agendas, and it is, because it is such a huge problem. It's not just this beach we're finding palm oil on. On our beach cleans over the last few days, we've been seeing palm oil on every beach in huge quantities. So it's clear that the palm oil is being dumped in the ocean. It is washing up on our beaches, it is completely coating our marine life and depriving them of oxygen, and even our dogs are eating it and it's causing them severe problems too. But the problems don't stop here, unfortunately. Earlier this year, around Christmas time, we were drawn to the palm oil industry and the effects it's having in Borneo on the orangutan populations, because palm oil is actually one of the biggest drivers behind deforestation. Since 1999, 100,000 orangutans have been killed because of this deforestation. And over the last few days, a lot of people in the media have been talking about this because of the record number of fires breaking out in the Amazon rainforests. Now, these places that are being affected by deforestation are some of the most biodiverse and incredible rainforests on the planet. This deforestation, coupled with the conversion of carbon-rich peat soils, is pumping millions of tons of carbon into the atmosphere, which is another huge driver behind climate change. So this is a huge global crisis that is affecting all of us. And actually, the UK government have set a target for 100% sustainably sourced palm oil. And in 2016, we were at 78%. So hopefully we're going to continue striving for that 100% target, and other governments around the world are going to do the same too. If you'd like to find out more about the consequences of the palm oil industry on Borneo and the orangutans, then I've linked in a blog written by The Compass, which is a sustainable lifestyle blog, and they actually visited one of the orangutan sanctuaries in Borneo, so please give it a read. It's linked in the description. I really hope you've enjoyed this Tune In Tuesday and learned as much as I have. If you have any comments, any questions, or anything you'd like to add, then please put it in the comments, and I'll see you next week for next week's Tune In Tuesday.